I've always been a nurse. I just didn't have the credentials yet.
It seems to be working. We seem to have liftoff.
The caring part, I've always been extra sensitive, empathetic. It was weird going back at my age. I'm your typical, almost boomer, you know, like, how do you turn this thing on? I'm trying to be cool, man. When I saw an opening and an opportunity, and it occurred to me that just because I was pushing 50 didn't mean that I couldn't go back and get the credentials and the training and become an RN. So I'm not your typical student. In February of 2017, my youngest child, who was 12 and a half at the time, told me that he was transgender. It was like that, the record scratch, you know? And then the next day, less than 24 hours later, my two older children, they told me that they were also LGBTQ. So one of them was bisexual and the other pansexual. And as it turned out over time, the church went away, the husband went away, a lot of the family went away, most of the friends went away, but it was a toxic environment and it got pretty bad. You know, I had felt stuck. I felt like, okay, I made my decision, I made my commitment, this is where I am, this is what's gonna happen, you know? And I realized, I'm not stuck. I'm only stuck because I say I'm stuck. I can get out of this. There's a way. So I applied to school, like within days of realizing that. You know, without a whole lot of planning, the kids and I packed up and went and lived at the shelter. I was in school when I went there and lived in the emergency shelter. It was the shelter for abused women and children, but everything just progressively fell into place. As I trusted the process didn't let me down. I just kept going. I just kept doing it. I didn't stop. I didn't take a break. I didn't really even take a breath. I just kept going, one class after another. And I also got scholarships above and beyond that, the FSW Foundation scholarships, a couple of community scholarships. They were have been unbelievably supportive all the way through. That nursing program is no joke. It was rigorous, it was difficult, it was hard to keep on track. There's stuff every single day. So being in the anatomy and physiology lab, like dissecting a sheep's heart, was cool. I love FSW. It's always been good to me, always. It's a little diamond in the rough. It's such a hidden gem, it's such a gift to be able to take high quality, accredited classes, same classes you'd take elsewhere for 4, 5, 6 times as much, but it just makes better sense, at least for me and for my kids too. Spend a little bit less, get just as much out of it, maybe more. So we're at 6. So I have to take labs on 3 of my 6 patients. There were nights I would duck into the med room and just, you know, cry for 30 seconds. Well, let's be honest, 15 minutes. Just get it out of my system. So nursing school was hard, but nursing is really hard. You want me to get a new tube? Why keep going? I can't think of a good enough reason why not at this point. I want to be in leadership. I love the nursing aspect of it. I see the holes in the system. I don't know how much difference one chick can make, but if it's a little bit of a difference, I want to do it. I'm a late bloomer, but at the end of the day, I just want my kids to think they were parented well. And I want my kids to realize that you can stop and turn and change directions. That stuck is something that you decide, and you can also decide not to be stuck.